Okay.
Drive catalog.
I think they're asking me. Okay. All right. I guess we're going to get started, right? So Boker Tov.
Use your phone or you can use it.
Boker Tov. So Boker Tov means good morning.
I'm moving.
Boker Tov means good morning. And sometimes the response to it is Boker or. So Boker means morning. Tov means good. So Boker Tov. In Hebrew, we switch it, right? So in English, you say good morning. In Hebrew, is morning good. So Boker Tov. And the response is sometimes Boker or. And or means light. And light, I think there is waiting room. I need to admit these people. Okay. Sorry, I have to admit some people. Okay, did I admit them? I think I did. Okay, I guess Jackie is going to admit everybody else.
Yeah, well, I didn't think about that. It took away my capability to do that.
Okay, yeah. So I think you can do the breakout rooms in a little bit. Once everybody gets in, you can do that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so or means light. So we actually wish each other. So you say Boker Tov, good morning, and then you say Boker or, which means morning full of light. So Boker Tov, and you would respond
Boker or.
Boker or. Very good. All right, awesome. So what I'm going to do today is actually, I know the last time we started working on some letters, and we worked also on the root of Shalom. We worked on that. The first thing I'm going to do is actually review the entire Hebrew alphabet. I did send you the other day some practice sheets to write the Hebrew alphabet and also like a sheet as a reference. It's obviously just like when you learn the ABCs, it makes it easier to learn it in order. But if you do not know the order, it's not that important for you to learn how to read Hebrew. It's not that important. But I still think that we should go over the order, and I'll explain some things. So let me just share my screen with you first. So I know that all of you got it. So in Hebrew, remember that I told you there are 22 letters. But when we teach Hebrew to Americans, you can see that we have a lot more than 22 letters. They actually, so the letter Alef, and then the letter Bet in Hebrew, it's only one letter. But in here, we divided it into two. There is the Bet and the Vet. And the difference is the dot, okay? Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yud. So Kaf in Hebrew is only one letter, but here we divide it into two. So we have the Kaf and the Chaf, the Cha. It's from here. This is a sound that doesn't exist in English. So we have the Chet, Cha, and the Chaf. They both are glottal. They start here. They're right here. Okay. And let me go back up. Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ain, Pei, Fei. Again, it's one letter in Hebrew, which is the letter Pei, but we divide them into two. Tzadik, Kuf, Resh. There is only Shin, but again, we divide it into the Shin and the Sin. We did learn the Shin last time, right? And the last one is Tav, okay? So the letters that we learned last time were the Bet, which is the B sound, Bet. We learned Shin, which is the Sh sound. And we learned the Tav, which is the T sound. We also learned the Alef, and we said that the Alef letter is actually a silent letter unless it has the vowel of A, E, I, O, U, right? We learned the letter Hey. Hey is silent also, but if it has the vowel, then it has the sound of H, like ha, he, ho, hu, he, okay? All right? And we actually start introducing the letter Lamed. In the word Shalom, we have the letter Lamed. And in the root, remember, of Shalom, we learned the letter Mem, which is the M sound. Okay? So what I'm going to have us do right now, I'm going to have you listen to the Alef Bet song. And I'm going to send you that link. So you're all going to have that link. You can practice it at home. Actually, YouTube is a fabulous place for you to, let's say, learn the Hebrew alphabet songs and stuff like that. There is so much out there. So I'm just going to share this song with you. What I'm going to do is once I share the song with you, I have to change the speaker on my computer. So you will not be able to hear me. You will only hear the video. So if you cannot hear it, please let me know that you cannot hear it if for whatever reason. So I'm switching the speakers now. Once I start, you will not be able to hear me.
While we're here in Hebrew school, we're going to have some fun and sing the Hebrew alphabet, a song for everyone. It's going to be quite simple, 'cause all you'll have to do is sing the letters after me, then I'll sing after you. Alef, Bet, Vet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yod, Vav, Chaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Pei, Tzadik, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Sin, Tav. Let's learn the alphabet, simple as it can be. You'll learn the alphabet if you sing the letters after me. Each letter has a name and a sound that it always makes. Now let's sing the special chorus. We'll have fun, it will not bore us. It's the Alef, Bet, Alef, Bet, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Chaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Pei, Tzadik, Kuf, Resh, Shin, once again, practice the alphabet. Each time we sing our song, then the easier the letters get. You sing it first this time. Let me hear your voice. I will hear you getting better as you sing each Hebrew letter. It's the Alef. You started. Alef.
Hey, you got to mute yourself while you sing, or we can't actually hear the song.
Kelly, did you want to say something? I'm sorry, I missed you.
All I was saying is that somebody was singing and they didn't have themselves muted. So because Zoom only allows one audio track at a time, I could only hear that person singing and I couldn't actually
Oh.
hear the song.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I know it makes it really difficult sometimes with Zoom. That's why I don't have you all read at the same time, because then it would be really crazy. I understand that. Okay. And again, I'll send you the link, and I think it's great to listen to it just to kind of learn the alphabet, to know it. I'll send you the link. And by the way, again, if you YouTube and you put alphabet songs, there's so many of them, and you can just listen to all of them. Okay, let's move forward. Let me just review some of the letters and introduce new letters. And these are the things that we talked about last time. All right, so last time, does anybody remember what is this word? How do we read it?
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, very good. So today, the new concept that you all, we actually say it every Shabbat is called what?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yes, Shabbat Shalom. So what we're wishing each other is to have a peaceful Shabbat, right? That's what we're wishing each other. So remember, the root Shabbat means to cease, to stop doing everything that we normally do, and that's Shabbat Shalom. Last time we talked about the root Shin Lamed Mem, which means whole and complete. And the book, actually, I'm going to go there in a minute, does have a whole explanation about it. And the city, the capital in Israel is called Yerushalayim, which is the city of peace, right? Yerushalayim. So the letters that we learned last time were the Shin, which is the sh sound, the Bet, which is the B sound, the Tav, which is basically the last Hebrew alphabet, but with a dot, and without the dot, it's still a T sound. The letter Alef, the letter Hey, and also the letter Ain, because the letter Ain is also a silent letter. Today, we're going to look at the letter Lamed, which is the L sound, the letter Dalet, which is the D sound, and the letter Mem, which is the M sound. But something else I'm going to add to the mix is that we have 5 final letters. And final letters means that this letter will only appear at the end of a word, and it's the final Mem today that we're going to look at. And if you look in here in the word Shalom, this is the final Mem. The regular Mem will appear in the beginning or the middle of a word, and the final Mem will only appear at the end of a word, okay? So we're gonna go to the book. So let me just share this with you and you guys can look at it. I do encourage you to obviously spend time reading this at home. The root of Shin Bet Taf, which is Shabbat. You can see all the words that have to do with Shabbat. So you have Shabbat, but then you have Shavat. So the next one here is the Vet. Remember Bet, Vet, Shavat. Shavat means he rested. Vaishbot means he rested. Shabbaton is sabbatical, and Shvita is labor or strike. I mean, of course, I don't expect you to be able to read all of these yet because we haven't learned all the letters and the vowels here. But you can see how the root, if you understand the root, you have more of understanding to more words in Hebrew. So obviously we learn that there is a purpose to the stopping and we become refreshed. So I encourage you to read this about Shabbat? Okay, so these are the letters we're going to deal with today. Lamed, L sound, Dalet, D sound, Mem, M sound. Final Mem is the M, but it's at the end. The vowel that we're learning today is called chirik, or it is the E sound. It's one dot. So one dot that comes under the letter is the E. And then we learn the vowel O. This is what the vowel O looks like. And these two dots called shva, they're kind of tricky. And let me just turn off, sorry, my phone keeps, it's actually George. Okay, the shva is two dots going this way. I don't know if you can see my, all right. It's, it can be a silent vowel, or it can be an vowel. Okay, so this is all I'm going to say right now. When I'm going to talk about it some more as we get to that. So what you need to know is that it's either a silent vowel or an short okay? So this is Lamed, and this would be, I guess, Martine, how would you read this?
La, la.
Okay, good. And Kelly, how would you read this?
La, 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 la.
Very good. All right, your husband's name is Russell?
Russell.
Okay, Russell. The first four, I guess, in line 2?
La, bo, but, la.
Okay, very good. Jody, first 4?
In which line? 3?
Line 3, uh-huh.
Line 3. Shala, lasha, taba, bata.
Okay, very good. Okay, we're going to move on. Excellent job. Are you all clear? Am I going too fast? Okay, so remember we talked about lulav last time. Okay, we just had the holiday of Sukkot. Lev is heart. And then we have lechem, which is bread. And we have the blessing, motzi lechem mina aretz, right? Okay, so this vowel is the O vowel. So this will be lo, and lo, the Aleph is silent, right? The Aleph is silent. So let's see, Mike, the first 4. Line 1.
Okay, low, low, O, and bo.
Okay, very good. Peter, the first 4.
Oh, low, show, low.
Okay, awesome job. Really great. Lion, the first 3.
To, show, bow, low.
Okay, very good. And let me see who else is on my list. Michelle, line 4, the first 4.
Show, toe, low, bow.
Okay, excellent job. All right, so you can see actually over here, they're all the same. La, la, and la, right? So the hey and the aleph, it doesn't change, right? Okay, Stephen, the first 4.
La, 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 bo.
Okay, and your fiance's name? I forgot your name. I'm sorry. What is your name?
Wendy.
Wendy. Sorry, go ahead. Wendy, the next 4 in line 6.
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. Steph, I guess.
So line 6.
Uh-huh.
Ba, bat, sha, show.
Very good. All right. And that's your husband's, right? I'm sorry if I'm saying something that I'm not so right, or are
It's
you
okay.
okay?
Beyonce, but close enough.
Beyonce. Okay, I'm sorry. Remind me your name.
Cameron.
Cameron. Okay, Cameron.
Let's see. Ta, toe, tall, toe. Oh, tall.
Okay. Okay, very good. All right, let's move on. Okay, you guys are doing great. Is there anything that I need to explain? You good?
Is there an explication why we have two different signs for the sound A?
The ah sound. Okay, so in Hebrew, actually, there are rules. These are called the vocalization rules. And we do have, so there is sometimes that we use the ah, which is the T, and sometimes the ah, which is just the line. There is a reason for that. It actually, okay, so here I can show you something like that. It has to do with the syllables and the rules, and there are very, very complicated rules of why we put this kind of vowel versus the other.
Okay.
Okay, now we do have letters, right? That they have the same sound. Like I said, the chet and the chaf, the cha and the chaf, right? Ashkenazi Jews don't always distinguish between the chet and the chaf. Or Sephardic Jews do. They actually, the chet, they pronounce it as ha, and the chaf, they pronounce as cha. Sephardic Jews do distinguish between the Alef and the Ain. So the Alef is just ah, and the Ain is ah. It goes all the way even further in. When they read the Torah, when Sephardic Jews or Mizrahi Jews, like Jews that come from Morocco, Iraq, Egypt, and so on and so forth, when they read the Torah, they pronounce some of these words a little bit different. So there is differences between Ashkenazi and Sephardic Jews as far as the letters. The vowels are pronounced the same. It doesn't matter whether you're Ashkenazi or Sephardic. And there are many, many rules for the vocalization. And as I told you last time, at some point, we read without any vowels. When you go to Israel, everything is without vowels. But the Siddur, the prayer book, always has vowels, always does. The Torah doesn't have vowels. And what happened with the Torah, because it had no vowels, and there was the chanting, right, of the Torah. So what they had to come up with it to make sure that they have punctuation, because there is no punctuation in the Torah. There is no periods, commas, nothing. They came with the trope, those chanting that we all learn, all these trope signs. Have you ever seen them? Have you heard of them? That's where it came about. So when you're going to read Torah, you will see that the Torah is written very differently than even the Siddur, the prayer book, because the prayer book still has vowels and it still has commas and periods and all of that. But there are rules for the vowels and there are rules for the trope, and it takes very extensive training for both. And it's not easy to learn. I mean, it takes a lot to get it or to know all the rules. So you see,
is that the same reason that there's a dot sometimes with the tet and sometimes there's not a dot?
Yes, it has. That's exactly it. Yeah. See, Cantor Melissa, she got extensive training to learn trope. She had to learn that. I mean, I'm not able to do obviously what Cantor Melissa does, because it's like learning music notes or whatever it is to be able to do it. Okay, the next letter we're looking at is the mem, M, and the final mem. Okay, so the final mem, so the regular mem, this mem will be either at the beginning of a word or at the end of a word. The final mem will be at the end of it, at the end of a word, okay? All right, Kate, do you mind reading the first four?
Ma, mo, ma.
Very good. And Tori, line 2, the first three.
That'd be lom, bom, shom.
Very good. So that's the final mem. Lom, bom, and shom. It's at the end of it. Manuel, line 3, the first three.
Shal, mashal, shamash.
Okay, very good. All right, so the words in here, the first word, we all know what it is, right? Do you know what it is? Anybody?
Matzah.
So when do we eat matzah?
Pesach.
Pesach, right. Do you know why we read matzah?
Because the folk left without yeast and they had only water and flour.
Right. So they didn't have time for the bread to rise, right? Because they had to leave in urgency. So that's what we eat matzah for 7 days. 7 days. Okay, good. And then what does this say? Does anybody know what it is?
Mezuzah.
Mezuzah.
Right. Does anybody know I think we mentioned it last time, the prayer that is in the mezuzah? Oh, it's the same prayer that is in the tefillin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
V'ahavta.
V'ahavta, very good, V'ahavta. So the V'ahavta comes from the book of Deuteronomy, okay? And when we come home, basically, as soon as we come home, we acknowledge, or when we leave the house, we acknowledge our love for God, right? Because the V'ahavta says, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your might, with all your soul. And it is also in the tefillin. And does anybody know what this is?
So Megillah.
Megillah, very good. So Megillah is the scroll that we read for Purim. It's the book of Esther. It's called Megillah. So Megillah means scroll. That's what it means. All right. Any questions? Anything?
I have a question on line 4. Is
Yes.
that a printing error, the second word with the
No.
dot in the end?
No, that's the rule. This is the rule of the vocalization.
Okay. And then I have
So-
one more question.
So how would you read that word? How would you read it?
Mamash.
Very good. Okay.
But I have a question about in pronunciation on how one accents. We're reading these short words, which if it's one syllable, obviously it's just one accent. But do you put the accent generally on the second syllable, the first syllable? How does one know? Would you say mamash or mamash?
Mamash.
Mamash. Is that because of the dot in the second mem?
Right, because we know that mamash is in the way it is, it's at the end, it's on the second syllable. Okay, so at this moment right now, so I know that a lot of people know this word, shema, to hear, shema or shema. Have you heard that? You know, when we say Shema Israel, so some people say Shema Israel Adonai, Shema, but actually the correct way to pronounce it is Shema. The word chala, we say chala, and a lot of Americans say chala. Matzah, we say matzah, and some people say matzah, right? I wouldn't, okay, so let's say if I speak to, let's say to you, and you would say matzah rather than matzah, I'm not going to correct you because I don't think it's that important. I mean, it is important, but it's not important. Or if you say shema rather than shema, okay, you get my drift. I'm not necessarily going to correct you on that because these are things, by the way, these are mistakes that even Israelis make. Okay. So I think I have to admit somebody, just a second. Okay, exactly, Tracy. Actually, the sound does change, but in some, right, yeah. In the letter bet and vet, it changes. In the letter pay and fay, it changes. In the kaf and chaf, it changes, but in the other letters, it doesn't change. Yeah, I mean, you do want to memorize, let's say, so the correct way to pronounce is matzah. So you just want to remember it, that you say matzah. Or you say Megillah, not Megillah, right? That's the correct way to pronounce it. Or you say chala, not chala, but you know, we all kind of. Okay, so there is a stress that is marked actually when you read in the Siddur, the stress is marked in the Siddur. It is marked in the Siddur, but not always. Okay, so we did take a look at the root Shin Lamed Mem. We did talk about Shalom, peace. Shlema is complete. And Meshalem is also to pay. Okay, so now, you see that 2 dots at the beginning? Remember those 2 dots that I was talking about?
Where are we?
Okay. There is some that's called blended or not. If you can blend it, then it is silent, which means in here, I can blend the shle, sh, sh, shlema, sh. So it's silent. Like in the word shma, I can blend it to the next word, shma. So it is silent. In the next word, let's say meshalem, it's harder for me to blend mesham. So it becomes a short e, meshalem. But that is something that you practice. And I wouldn't, right now, I wouldn't worry about it so much. You just want to try and get it kind of, because you're just learning some of the letters and the words. The shoresh is root. The word shoresh means root. The shoresh shin lamed mem means whole, complete, or integral, and imparts a profound sense of connectiveness to the words derived from it. When we consider the word shalom and translate it as peace, we often miss the appreciation that it goes far beyond the mere absence of war. True shalom denotes a wholeness or completeness that negates the possibility of war, but it is not necessarily its opposite. The simple greeting, Ma shlomcha, which how are you, and I think I told you last time, actually ask more than how are you, at least more than we usually mean when we ask in English. The question really speaks to the completeness and integrity of one's being. Granted, when in Israel, the greeting may get no more than, again, the same kind of attention that we do in here. We normally just say great, just like everybody, or fine, you know, or the slang is sababa, okay, that everything is great. When we ask how are you, it's the same thing. But actually there is a deeper meaning. I'm asking how is your peace? The traditional way to wish someone well, if he or she is not so, we say refuah shlema. Have you ever heard that term, refuah shlema?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so refuah shlema is complete healing. The capital city of Israel, how do we say it in Hebrew?
Yerushalayim.
Yerushalayim also derives from the shorish, oops, how did I get there? Derives from the shorish, understood as the city of peace. What an irony. In times of tension and division, the city is far from complete or whole, yet such integrity is the ideal. However, I know that we have a lot of tension and a lot of things that are going on in the city of peace, supposedly. But I can just share my experience when I was in Israel. And actually, I could see it in a way, the city of peace. I was, it was 2000, I was there 5 years ago. So that was 2015, right? And it was nighttime actually. And I was standing really at the top, somewhere at the top, but I could see the Western Wall and, and it's fully lit, okay? And I mean, the lights, in Israel is always, there's lots of lights, right? So I was standing there and I could actually see the city of peace in a way, how everybody was praying to one God. Because I saw Jews praying at the Western Wall. I heard the bells of the church, at the same time. And then I heard from the Muslim mosque, Allahu Akbar. So everybody was praying at the same time to the same God. And at that moment, you could actually see the city of peace. It was a very, very spiritual experience for me. Like, I've never experienced such a thing in my entire life. You could see everybody praying to the same God. But I know that the next day we all want to kill each other, but, which is kind of ironic. But at the same time, when you see it, it's really amazing. It's unbelievable. So at that moment, I could see it as a city of peace. Okay. All right, now we're going to focus on the next vowel, which is the E vowel. It's just a dot. So this would be she, me, be, ti, li. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. She, me, be, ti, li. So one dot is the E sound. And in Hebrew, the E sound is the long sound. It's not a short E, it's E. Okay. The letter, so we have the she without the yud, and the next one has the yud, which is the small letter. The yud is like the Y sound. In this case, the yud is silent. So you would have she and she, it's exactly the same. Me and me is exactly the same. Be, ti, li. It's exactly the same. There is no difference. Okay. All right, Eric, did you have a chance to read? Okay, go ahead and read.
Me, be, bt, mimi.
Okay, very good. And then let me see who I have in my list that hasn't read. I don't know. Okay, I guess they're still trying to connect. All right. Okay, Scott, number 2, the first 4.
Let's see, that would be beam, she, and shishim.
Okay, very good. Alex? Line 3. I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I can't yet.
I'm sorry.
I can't yet.
Okay, so this would be line 3. This would be mitot, bila, and libi. Okay, and Tracy, 4.
Bama, Bamot, BT, Shama.
Okay, very good. Awesome. All right, so this letter is Dalet. And so you can see that even though it has do and do, even though there is a dot there, it's still the same. do, and do. So Alex, are you able to, can you recognize this, the letter Dalet with the vowels?
No.
Okay, so it's the letter Dalet, which is the D sound. And you see that T, like if you look at just that one, it's the A, it makes it Da.
Da.
Okay, now the Hey after that is silent, so this will still be Da, Da, Da. So number one, the first two is Da, Da.
Then da.
Okay, the one dot is E, so it will be D, and then Do, because it's the O vowel. So you see the one dot is D, Do, D, even though there is that Yud at the end, is silent, Da, and Do. Okay. All right, Stephanie or Steph, line 2.
Sorry. Dom, Dom, Dog.
Okay, very good. Mike, line 3.
She da. Me da. Me dote.
Okay, very good. Michelle, 4.
Dam, Bada, and Dati.
Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm actually going to put you in breakout rooms. And what I want you to do is practice with each other, reading this page together for a little bit. So I'm going to stop the share. So this is page 24. And I'm going to put you in breakout rooms.
24?
I believe in our copy it's page 18.
Oh, in your copy is page 18?
And mine is page 14.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let me tell you what okay, let me just click this.
There's a different page number if you look in the book or if you look at the bottom of the screen when you're sharing it.
Look at that. Okay, so it says practice at home. There is Siddur words there. The first one is dam. I cannot see your book and I don't actually have.
So it says page 18 at the bottom.
Oh, it is 18, right. It is
Yeah.
page 18. I see it now. It is page 18. Thank you.
Sure.
I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to open the rooms and I'll give you a couple of minutes or so to practice and help each other. Okay?
Dina, do you want to put me with Alex and Wendy if they need extra help?
Yeah. Let me move you, actually, Tracy, right? Where are you, Tracy? Okay. I'll move you to breakout room 4. Who else was there? Alex and who else?
Maybe Wendy? I think Wendy is with Stephen, is that right?
Is Wendy with Stephen? Okay, so let me move her to breakout room 4 and then I'll move.
If the students put the names of both people as their Zoom name, I think it'll make it easier for Dina to see who is studying at the same computer.
Okay, so I think I put Alex and you said Stephen is with Wendy, right? So I did do that.
I think
Okay,
so.
I'm going to open the rooms now. So Martine, you need to join the room.
Do I really need to join a room?
Who's that?
Jackie.
No, Jackie. No, you stay there. I don't know who is HFEIGENB. I'm not sure who that is. Martine?
Actually, is it a Feigenbaum?
Okay, who is it? Okay,
Is it
Martine,
Teresa?
you need to change to join the room. I don't know why she's not joining the room. Martine, are you there?
Maybe not.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go to the breakout rooms to see how they're doing.
Okie doke.
I'm not sure why she didn't join. Martine?
I wonder if that's Feigenbaum, a Feigenbaum. I don't see their picture, obviously.
Right, no, there is no picture. I don't know what happened.
We don't have Jessica listed on our list, but I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the rooms. I'll see how.
Okie doke. I can't hear you.
Are you there? Yeah. Actually, Martine, I saw her in the room over there, so I'm not sure why she's logged. Maybe she logged on twice or whatever.
Yeah. Did Feigenbaum, did you figure that out?
Yeah, he's there too. So
who is that?
I do not know. I'm gonna ask him when I get back, everybody. I should have asked him then.
The name I would think is a Feigenbaum.
Yeah.
Is the camera on?
No, I didn't see his camera on. No.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, Kelly and Russell. Kelly, did you come back to the main room? Did you intend to?
Yeah, I did that because she took us back to page 3. And I'm like, dude, I practiced way too hard this week to be working on page 3. I wanted to do the assignment that you teach. Like, I'm a teacher, and there's few things in the world that I hate more than having a teacher in my classroom who thinks they're the teacher. right? And Trace is a teacher in your classroom who thinks she's the teacher, and she thinks that she's the teacher of 5-year-olds. And it's
Okay.
like, dude,
okay, she's trying to do her best. Okay, you want to practice with me a little bit? We can do that, no problem. Let me just go to my screen and I'll share it with you.
You're fine, like, because I can practice with Russell and he's fine. I was just getting frustrated and having to eat it because it's not my class either. You know?
Okay, all right. So actually the line that I want you to look at, read line 6 for me.
Okay, so, and I am not great, don't get me wrong.
No,
So,
I get it.
Once you start putting all these things, did I miss this one? What's this one with the 2?
That was the one that's no vowel pronunciation.
Okay.
Just mixing them together.
So I didn't kind of sound. So I am not great, but I'm definitely not page 3.
Okay,
so,
go ahead.
Okay, so that would be low, lomed. I don't know how to do that.
Yes, that's perfect. Lom, because these 2 dots is silent. That's why I went there intentionally. Because I was going to bring it to everybody after everybody was going to come back. I was going to bring it back to everybody.
So is this where you were talking where they kind of get smushed together a little bit?
Right. So in this case, it will be silent. It will be lom. And then you read the next syllable. Lom.
Lom. De. D.
Deem. Lom deem.
Deem. See, and I get that M on the end all the time.
Okay. So lom deem. And the next word would be
lom
what?
Deem. And then lom dom. Dom. Lom dom.
Right. Lom dot.
That was a T.
So
see,
the important
that M and D on the den gets me.
Right. So the important thing here to pay attention to is that these 2 dots are silent. In this case, it will be lom dim, lom dot.
Okay.
Okay, but the first one will be a short e. So it will be me.
Wait, this one's a short A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there has to be something in between the M and the L.
Yes.
Okay. You can't mix M and L together without a
right. You cannot blend them. It makes it difficult to blend.
Okay. So mela med.
Well, this you can say it 1 syllable, lom.
Oh, this can be lom.
Yeah. So melam.
Yes. Very
he's
good.
good at this.
Very good. That's exactly it. It's me lam dim. Very good. Melam dim. All right. And the next one, I mean, these are difficult words, by the way. They're not easy words to learn.
I appreciate that.
No. These are the hard words. That's why I was going to bring back everybody to that.
No, that's fine. And then this will be the Lee. Is that ma?
Uh-huh.
Lee ma do. Is it just, so that just goes straight into there, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then that is the T, right? Mm-hmm. So
very good.
That
limad T.
Mad.
Limad T.
Limad T.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then the la, and then that's the me. No, that is Lee. That's ma, and then that will be just the D, and then that is the ta.
Mm-hmm.
So limad ta.
Very good. Very good. Awesome.
So I still have to break it down sound by sound and then try to blend them.
Exactly. You do need to break it down into syllables. Absolutely. To be able to do that. Okay. I'm going to bring everybody and I'm going to go over with everybody on this line too. So let me bring everybody.
Dina, we've got 6 minutes.
I know.
Okay.
That's plenty of time.
I'm actually going to stop the recording at 10 o'clock and then restart for Rabbi Dennis.
Okay. No problem.
I want to see if I can log this on this other computer.
Is it Limad Ta? So you
Yep.
pause? Okay.
לימדת.
Isn't it great how we've all had to learn Zoom the last couple months?
Yep. It's amazing.
It's
I
both
wonder-
save my what?
Yeah. I always wonder what the Zoom stock is doing now. I don't know. I always think
Dude.
about it.
It both saved my business, but also just like has added so much work.
Mhm.
So, but I'm grateful for it and hate it all at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go back to muting myself.
Okay. I hope this was helpful to you to be in the breakout rooms. Did you guys like it? Okay, good. Because at least this way you get a little bit more practice. But I do want to bring your attention. Remember the shva, the 2 dots that I was talking about at the beginning? And I said I was going to talk to you about it. So the shva is silent if it is in the middle of a word. So like, can you all see my screen? The first word in here in line 6, the shva, we have to break it into syllables. So we would say lom dim. In this case, these 2 dots is silent. It's like as if there is no vowel under the mem. Okay, so you would say lom dim. Okay, the second word is the same thing, lom dot. Okay, so the first one is lom dim, lom dot. All right, in here though, in the first letter, the mem, you see the shva, right? The 2 dots. Remember that I told you, if you can blend it with the next word, it will be silent. But because we cannot blend the mem and the lamed, then it will be a short e. So it will be me, okay? And then lam, and the second one, it will be silent. So it will be me, lam, dim. Okay, you get that? Me, lam, dim.
So could you pronounce that word all at once rather than just syllable after syllable?
Okay, melamdim, melamdim.
Mhm.
That's how I would pronounce it, melamdim.
I also have a question. When the silent vowel, when the shva is at the beginning of the word, earlier you talked about how it could be blended or not blended. I'm just learning that for the first time. That's why I'm here, to get some of those little details. Is that only true when it's the first letter of the word, that it could
Yes.
be blended or not blended?
Exactly.
Okay, cool, that makes sense.
It's only
Yeah.
at the very beginning, when it is the first. Remember that in Shema, the word Shema, you have the Shva, right? That's what some people say Shema, they pronounce it, and some people say Shema. But in actuality, Shema can be blended, and that's why it will be silent, Shema. That's the correct pronunciation.
Okay.
But that's why you hear some people say Shema, right? The same thing with Megillah, right? Megillah, it's, you can't really hear it, but some people say Megillah, me, right? That's why.
Mhm. I'm gonna have to digest that one.
Yeah, I know, it's hard. And I told you, it's also hard sometimes for Israelis too. All right, the next word is li mad ti, because it's silent, it's in the middle of the word. Li mad ti. And the last one is li mad ta. Now, you
So-
can see, sorry, go ahead, Tori.
Sorry, I was going to, so altogether, would it be like limad ti or limad ta?
Yes, exactly. All right. You can see that all of these words have the same root, right? You can see all of these words, and actually the root here has to do with learning, to learn, just so that you, okay? Now, I know we have 1 more minute. I would like for all of you to review all that we learned today, practice as much as you can. I am going to send you some videos, like I said before, for learning the Hebrew alphabet. And I'm also going to send you some additional practice sheet just to practice, and then we will move forward next time. Before we go, any questions, any concerns, any problems?
I have one question. When you have the vav with the dot on top, I can't remember the name of the vowel.
It's
I
O
usually think
vowel.
of what's that?
O vowel. O.
Oh,
Like do, bo, lo,
Yeah.
sho, to. It's O.
so I usually think of it as like an like Tommy Dutt.
No, in Hebrew, it's actually O. Do, lo, bo, sho, mo. Okay.
And if
All right.
anyone needs to review this lesson, the recording will be on our YouTube channel. So feel free to go back to YouTube if you want to go back over any of this lesson.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for everybody for being here. Toda rabah. Toda means thank you. Toda rabah. Thank you very much. And I will see you next Sunday. Great job, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.